Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's workout. My name is Jeanette Chinero. I'm a personal trainer and I have a master's degree in exercise science. And I delivered my third baby 10 weeks ago. So I'm getting back into shape, getting my body strong, balanced, and flexible again. And you guys are coming along with me. Let's go ahead and begin our warm up. I'm going to have you shift from side to side, pointing those toes. Let your arms drop by your side. Take a moment to check your posture. Is your chest dipped low? Let's go ahead and fix that. I want you to lift it. Pretend you have a string. Lifting you straight up towards the ceiling. Shoulders rolled back. You should feel your abs nice and stretched. Your chin is lifted. And you're bringing your ears over your shoulders. Speaking of shoulders, let's roll those shoulders back. One more time. And now let's bring those shoulders forward. Reach up and over. All of these exercises, I want you to make sure that you are engaging your transverse abdominals. Let's go ahead and review how you do that. Place your one hand on the top of your chest, another hand on your navel. You're going to inhale, taking in as much air as you can, and then forcefully exhale, and you're not going to let your hand drop. By doing so, automatically those transverse abdominals are going to engage. Let's go ahead and do that. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale. Excellent. So you're going to engage your transverse abdominals and lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. While I'm to the side, I'm going to demonstrate one of the exercises. I'm going to have you kicking back. Notice your back is perfectly straight. There should not be any bending, any weird flopping like that from the back. Spine remains straight, and the action is coming from the glute, okay? But before we do that, let's jog a little bit. So I am 10 weeks postpartum. This time around, I am so lucky to have a baby that is sleeping about 6 hours a night, maybe sometimes more, maybe sometimes a little bit less. But yeah, with the other two, with the first two, I was so tired. There's no way I could be working out like this. Open up your March. There's no way that I had the energy to do this 10 weeks postpartum. So if you started watching these videos and you're, let's say, 3 months postpartum, 4 months, 6 months, and you're starting from scratch, go ahead and go to the earlier videos. There's no jumping. There's no sort of hopping. We don't really have any jumping yet, but things like that little jog in place, we wouldn't do that earlier. So you can start off there, okay? Rehearsing the movements. You're going to keep your hips low. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Reach up as you swing your arms to the side, okay? Then exercise number 2. Head over the standing leg. You're going to kick it. Don't hit your furniture. Okay. Head over your standing foot. You're going to kick it back and bring your knee up. Kick, bring your knee up, okay? When you bring that knee up, especially, keep that core nice and tight. And you're going to lean forward a little bit as you kick back, lift, back, lift, okay? And then you're going to repeat on the other side, and then pretend you have a line right in front of you. You're using those arms as well, keeping them up as you're tapping forward and behind. So we have 2 rounds of these exercises, only 1 minute break in between. Then we get a longer rest period before we go down to the floor and do some new exercises, okay? But it is time to take up that intensity. Give it all you safely can. Let me get the timer started and begin. You can use your arms as well if you'd like. You're going to feel this on the standing leg. You're also going to feel it on the glute. Come on, this one, not complicated movement. So really try to speed it up, doing it as quickly as you can. Engage those core muscles. And rest. Excellent. 1 minute break. Then we're going to do those exercises all over again. Whew. So we're keeping the first 2 rounds of Tabata the same. That way we can move quickly through them and we don't have to stop and rehearse the movements. Keep those shoulders low, away from your ears. Focusing on that glute to bring that leg back behind you. Core and pelvic floor remain engaged. Excellent. First couple weeks was all about creating the habit. Workouts aren't taking any longer. They're just a little bit more intense now because we have 3 rounds. Give it all you got. Don't hold back to the end. Last round are going to be floor exercises. So give it all you got right here. Perfect. Come on, 4 more exercises, then you get a little bit more of a break. And we take it down to the floor. Don't hold back. Tuck in that navel, especially as you're shuffling to keep your lower back safe. Excellent. If you keep your head over the standing foot, you have much better balance and you can move much faster through the exercise. Bring those hands up nice and sharply. Back straight so you won't hurt your back. Three seconds. Excellent work. All right, taking it down to the floor, focusing on some core exercises. First one, you're going to be in a plank position. Always starting that plank with your hand over your or beneath your shoulder. If you're out too much like this, that puts too much pressure on the shoulder joint. Glutes don't come up. They stay nice and level. Head certainly doesn't drop. Stays nice and level. You're going to bring your knees down and up. Down and up. Tucking in that navel. Bringing your knees down just gives you a tiny bit of a break and adds some movement. Then, working on the core, but this is also going to engage your lats. You're going to keep your left leg bent the entire time. Right leg comes out straight, okay? Arms are behind you. Now, let me mention, I don't want you to lead with your head, okay? Leading with your chest. Your head just comes along for the ride. At no point in time am I letting my head come forward. So another way to think about it is pretend you have an apple underneath your chin. There's an airplane passing by, so it's going to get really loud. So between your chin and your chest, you're holding a ball or an apple. That way you know to keep your chest and chin separated. You're going to give me 20 seconds on one side and then switching. Why is it that we do crunching motions with your knees bent? Bonus question, because as you're crunching forward, if you do so with your legs extended, that's going to put a tremendous amount of pressure and strain on your lower back. So by having at least 1 foot bend, you are letting that hip be in a more neutral position, a little bit more loose, so you can safely crunch up. So if you come across any other exercise videos that has you doing any sort of crunches with your legs flat, just don't do it. Don't do it. Your back is going to thank you for not doing it. And then We've got the turning around. We're pretending that we're swimming. You're going to keep looking down to the floor, but your head is going to come up. And then you're just going to alternate right and left like you're swimming, moving as quickly as possible. This carpet is rather padded, so I don't need a mat, but if you need a mat, you can go ahead and grab one. Let's go ahead and begin in 10 seconds. Oops, we're starting with the plank. All right, getting into your position. Begin. Try to keep your elbows soft, okay? If you need a little bit of a break, just space out when you bring your knees back up. Perfect. Oops, can't see the timer there. All right, begin crunching. Tuck in your belly button. Oof. Your abdominal muscles should not dome when you crunch. You need to crunch and tuck. And rest. If you lace your fingers and you lay them across your core and you crunch and your abdomens, that means you're not using those transverse abdominals. We need to make sure that we build those abdominal muscles together again. So make sure that you crunch and tuck to strengthen those muscles. I messed up the timing a little bit, but it was worth it to say that about your abs. Tuck, not just crunch. Crunch and tuck. We're beginning in 5 seconds. Begin. Chin away from that chest. Keep your eyes on the ceiling. Maybe where the ceiling and the wall meet. Rest. Keep those glutes nice and tight. You're using your core muscles. Engage those glutes and those hamstrings. And rest. 4 more exercises and you guys are done. I am very proud of you for joining me today. Proud and thankful for choosing me and the Naked Formula to help you build a strong body, to help you achieve all the goals that you have, all the adventures that you want to participate in. Rest. Building a strong body will help you get all that done. It's not just about what you see on the mirror or a number on a scale. It's about building the strongest body possible to carry you through life. Tuck in those core muscles. You may be feeling it in the quad as well. This is it, guys. 2 exercises left. And rest. Just for 10 seconds. Last exercises. The swimmers. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. 5 seconds left. and rest. Excellent work. Sit back on your heels for me. Let your head come down towards the floor. Stretch out those hands as far as they go. Walking those fingers up. Stretching out your lats and your lower back. Coming up into table pose. Taking a nice deep breath. Let your navel fall towards the floor as you look forward. Inhale. Exhale. Let your head drop as you arch your back. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Giving those glutes a little stretch. You can keep your heel close to your body. If you bring your heel further out, you're going to feel it more towards the glute. But little by little, for the last 9 months, your body was changing. Every single week it was changing. You had your baby in a relatively short amount of time, considering the fact that they were growing for 9 months. But the process happens quickly, and your body can't just bounce back. Those joints are going to be a little out of alignment. So we want to make sure that we stretch safely. So for that purpose, we don't have to, do anything too intense unless you try it out and you feel comfortable with it. Just stretching out the glutes a little bit. You're trying to let yourself sit onto the floor and bring that hip towards the floor, stretching out the hip flexor as you do so. Please do not arch your back. That's going to pinch this back here and not feel great. All right, relax. Let your hip rock back. Switch. Keep your leg nice and straight. Point that hip forward. I don't want to jinx myself, but the kids have been relatively quiet for this workout. Maybe it's because my husband is home. But just now, the baby, she's like, oh, you're stretching. I know what that means. I am going to be fed soon. I'm almost all yours. Make sure that hip points down towards the floor. Breathing in and out through your nose, relax. Roll back a little bit. Excellent. Last stretch. Keep your feet nice and straight. Keep your back as straight as possible. And let yourself bend from the hip. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. We are working on increasing our muscular strength, our cardio endurance, and working on our flexibility, all in 20 minutes, 5 days a week. So stay tuned or tune back in tomorrow at, do you even say tune in if it's virtual or on the internet? Whatever. But tomorrow, log back into YouTube, check out tomorrow's exercise video, and in the meantime, you can take a look at one of my other videos that strip down another area of wellness. So until then, bye.